Namaste viewers, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will learn about the autonomic nervous system. In my previous video about mind, I described about the parts of nervous system. So today we'll be specifically discussing about the autonomic nervous system. So what is autonomic nervous system? It is a type of a part of motor nervous system in which the impulses are carried from central nervous system to the organs or the viscera of the body. This is a self-regulatory system. As the name suggests, autonomic. Autonomic, as the name suggests, it is autonomous or it is self-regulatory or it is managed by itself. It is not under any kind of voluntary control, but all the functioning of this nervous system happens by itself by subconscious visceral reflexes in the body. There are some reflexes which manage the organs and the viscera to function in the proper way. And if we see, the autonomic nervous system is controlled by hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the main part of the body, or it is the boss of the brain, manages all the other parts of the central nervous system as well as endocrine system. So the autonomic nervous system is also controlled by hypothalamus and then brainstem. Brainstem is a part of brain which is when the brain ends, then there's a bulb kind of structure, that is brainstem, and then the spinal cord comes out, and the brainstem, and third is spinal cord. Spinal cord, the whole spinal cord has some nervous tissues or ganglia and some nerves which control or manage the autonomic nervous system. So the autonomic nervous system is divided further into two parts: sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. So these two systems are present in the body. However, they are stimulated at different intervals of time. Sometimes the body is stimulated by the sympathetic nervous system, then the symptoms are different. The body behaves or acts in a different way. And sometimes parasympathetic system is activated, then the body works in a different way. But how these two sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system are different. Sympathetic nervous system generates fight or flight response in the body, or it starts the alarm system of the body, or we can say it is a system which helps us to cope up with the emergency situations. Now we'll understand this. For example, take a scenario that you are sitting nicely relaxed in your living room watching TV, totally calm and composed. Then suddenly there is an earthquake. The ground starts shaking, everything starts shaking in the building, and within seconds there are changes in your body. You realize within seconds that yes, there is an earthquake. Then what happens? You want to run away from the building. You want to go out to save yourself. Within few seconds your body will be in control of sympathetic nervous system. Then what the sympathetic nervous system will do? It will increase. First of all, your heartbeat will increase. The heart rate will go very high. Your heart will start beating. You will feel the palpitations. Then you will start breathing very quickly. Fast, quick breaths will be there. And you will be anxious. You will feel anxiety. You will have an urge to just run away for your safety. And then your muscles will have strength. You will get energy to run. From somewhere out of nowhere, suddenly you will get tremendous amount of energy to just take what you want and just run away from the building. And there will be many other symptoms as well. These are the symptoms which we will come to know that yes, I have to take emergency action, I have to run away, like heartbeat, breath, muscle strength. There will be heaviness in your chest. Your chest will be very heavy and you will be like sweating. There will be copious amount of sweating all over your hands, feet, extremities and the body, and you just want to just get out of that place. These are the known systems which you will come to know, which you will know that yes, these are happening. And there are some symptoms which are unknown to you, which are just happening inside the body internally, like your pupil will dilate so that you will have a better vision, and there will be more glucose released into your bloodstream so that you have more energy. Liver will function in a different way, and the digestive system just subsides. There will be no hunger, there will be no peristalsis or any kind of movement in the gut, so there will be no digestion. That time you will not feel hungry. In fact, your mouth will be dry and there will be no salivation, and you will be in that alarming condition. You have all the energy, all the support so that you can save yourself. So all these symptoms, all these activities, all these actions of the body, when they happen together, we can say the sympathetic system has taken this action and the body is in emergency condition. Unknown events, anything which is unknown triggers the sympathetic nervous system. In normal life also, when we go to work or we have to perform on stage, again this system gets activated, and then we have more heartbeat and we feel anxious. So that's a part of sympathetic nervous system. Then there is second part of the autonomic nervous system, that is the parasympathetic nervous system. It is the opposite of the sympathetic nervous system. This nervous system, when stimulated, acts in a different way. It is more about rest and recuperation. This was more about action. That is more about relaxation. When the parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated, we'll be relaxed. relaxed, we'll go to sleep, the body will function well, the body will digest food. There will be more peristalsis or activity in the gut. Normally we see when we eat food, we feel sleepy. We just want to rest for some time. We want to take nap in the afternoon or we want to sleep at night. So that time the parasympathetic nervous system works. And that time the body just heals and recuperates itself from whatever stress they have gone through the whole day. By itself, the body, as it is autonomic, by itself the body heals itself. In immunity also, body knows which cells we have to kill and which cells are our body cells which we don't have to kill. So everything the body manages by itself when the parasympathetic nervous system is active. So all the immune work, all the healing work, all the resting work of the body is controlled by parasympathetic nervous system. It also manages the heartbeat. It keeps it between the range of 60 to 90. It manages the breath rate. It keeps the breath rate in control. It manages the ideal blood pressure also. When sympathetic increases the blood pressure, parasympathetic brings it down to the normal level. So these two systems, they work together to maintain the body, or they maintain the homeostasis of the body or the balancing state of the body. Because when there is action, sympathetic is active, and when there is relaxation or to manage the tone of the body, parasympathetic is in action. So if we study structure of brain, this is the brain stem or the base of brain, and then comes the vertebrae. So based on the location of vertebrae, they are divided into cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral and coccygeal. This is the spinal cord, and they are nerve fibers which originate from the brain and spinal cord, which actually are part of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So for parasympathetic nervous system, the fibers arise from the cranial nerve or the nerves arising from the brain. That is the third cranial nerve, 7th, 9th and 10th, and the sacral nerve fibers from majorly from S2 and S3 and sometimes S1 and S4. But 75% of the functioning of the parasympathetic nervous system is controlled by the 10th cranial nerve, that is the vagus nerve. I'll make a complete video on vagus nerve later on. While the sympathetic nerve fibers originate from the T1 or the thoracic and the L2 or the thoracic and the lumbar part of the spine. So in the middle, the nerve fibers that originate, the autonomic nerve fibers, are sympathetic type, and on this sacral part and the brain itself, it is the parasympathetic type. And there is a difference between these two nervous systems based on the chemical secreted or the chemical messengers known as the neurotransmitters, which help to generate, and there is another difference in these fibers depending upon the chemical messengers or the neurotransmitters which help in transmission of nerve impulses from one neuron to another. So for the parasympathetic nervous system, the main neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. And for the sympathetic nervous system, it is the epinephrine or the adrenaline. Whenever we do an adventurous activity, we say there was an adrenaline rush today, because during that activity, the sympathetic nervous system was activated and there was release of neurotransmitter adrenaline. According to science, we have learned about the autonomic nervous system, that how this self-regulatory nervous system controls our body by itself. If we consider spirituality, it is described as two strong forces which control human beings. The forces are present on right side and the left side. It is also called the Shiva and Shakti. One side of the body or the left side of the body is controlled by Shiva, Lord Shiva, and Shakti controls the right side, which is also known as Ardhanareeswara form of God. But if we see around us, duality is everywhere. Everything is incomplete by itself. Everything is dual. The major events, the major controlling forces in the world are dual. If we see the two major celestial bodies, sun and moon. When sun is there, we know that we have to take action, we have to work. And when moon comes, we know that we have to go to sleep, we have to rest, recuperate and relax. So sun and moon are the dual forces which complete us. In the same way, solar channel and lunar channel is present in the body, or Ida, Pingala or Pingala Nadi, or solar channel or lunar channel controls our body. So these two channels maintain the homeostasis. If the balance is not maintained or these two forces are not controlled in the proper way, then the homeostasis gets disturbed. Duality is also present around us, like if we see Earth, it has a north pole and a south pole. Everything is dual. A battery has a plus side or the positive side and the negative side. So balancing takes place when two sides of something are equal. And if we see Hinduism or the Vedic knowledge, there is Trinity or Tridev, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. One is the creator, Lord Brahma, one is preserver or sustainer, Lord Vishnu,
and one is the destroyer or destructor, Lord Shiva or Mahesh. All these three gods maintain energies of the universe, but they are not alone. To make them complete, they have their respective consorts. Like Brahmaji has Goddess Saraswati, or the goddess of higher learning, wisdom and Vedas. Both come together and maintain balance in the universe. In the same way, Lord Vishnu maintains the balance with Goddess Lakshmi. Both together help to run the world collectively. In the same way, Lord Shiva is also with Goddess Parvati. Together, they maintain the duality. Even the incarnations of the gods have not been alone. Lord Krishna was incarnated with Radharani, and Lord Ram was incarnated with Goddess Sita.
So the incarnation also happened in the dual way. So in the same way, our body is also managed by these two forces, and their balancing creates the homeostasis state of the body. When both the nadis are balanced, then there is a third nadi called the Sushumna nadi, which activates, which is in the middle of both the nadis, and when Sushumna nadi activates, we are in homeostasis. In my book, I have described it in a table: right side of the body and left side of the body. The right side of the body is controlled by Sun or Surya nadi. It is also known as the sympathetic nervous system, which gives us action, and the left side of the body is parasympathetic nervous system, which is like relaxation. So the Surya Nadi is known as Pingala Nadi, and Chandra Nadi is known as Ida Nadi. Pingala Nadi is like Shakti, action, and Ida is Shiva, relaxation. Activity: when there is activity, there is rest. When it is active, then you have opposite, passive. Day and then night. Gold and silver. In Chinese philosophy, yin yang, we know the two forces are there which are balanced. Then we are in the ideal state. When we do Hatha Yoga, we balance her and her. Hatha. When we do Hatha Yoga, we balance these two energies. We balance Shiva and Shakti. And if you see the images of the goddess and the Lord Shiva is always calm, composed. He's sitting in poise in one position, just meditating, relaxed, looking within himself. That state is the lunar state or the Shiva state. That is night. At night, we are calm, composed, we relax, we sleep, because that relaxation is important for the functioning of body. We cannot just work whole day and night. We'll get exhausted. In the same way, the action is Shakti. If you see image of Shakti, she's fierce, she's strong, she has lot of power, and she wants to achieve something, she wants to do something. That energy is the Shakti energy within us. So the Shakti is active during the daytime. When we do work, we have to go to work, and when our body gets tired, then we automatically, when moon comes, we know that now it's time to rest and recuperate. So now you have learned how these two energies are balanced, and how we are controlled by these two forces, and how autonomic system works together to manage the balance on the body. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.